My name is Jayla McNamara. I'm 18 years old, from Smithville, New Jersey, and I'm attending Absecami High School right now. I think past adversity for a lot of people have shaped their character. For me, when I was growing up, I had a lot of stuff going on at home. I had my mother who was diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenia when I was 12 years old. And obviously with that mental illness, founding that mental illness, which came from when I was just 6 to only finding out she had it when I was 12. And then a few years ago, she was also diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So I've had a lot going on just having to overcome and that sort of thing. But I think those things that how do I say that? The things that I have overcome or faced, they've made me into a better person. They've made me have a lot more empathy for people. They've made me consider others' feelings before myself. I think as much as people don't want those things to happen in their life, I think without those things happening, I wouldn't be the person I am. So our COVID task force kind of came out maybe in July of when COVID all started, and at first, obviously, no one knew what to do. It was a lot of just, oh, are we going back? Oh, are we going back? We're doing virtual school, are we not? That sort of thing. And I think one of my administrators reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to be a part of something like this? Do you want to help create something? And I was like, yeah, of course. I knew coming back that I wanted to make either some sort of online group after school, maybe where we talked about what we were going through or something. And when this came up, I knew that's something that I wanted to be a part of. And kind of what the COVID task force was, it was creating a layout or a foundation for what we were going to do the next few years. Because obviously still now we're kind of like, okay, what are we going to do next year? And one of the things that I contributed to creating something for next year was I kind of created a layout for maybe how our student government would work next year, how the kids can be more involved in something so big that they feel like they have no control over, which many adults also don't feel they have any control over what's going on either, of course. But we were able to talk to different adults. We were able to bring on parents, different students from different clubs, different administrators, teachers, so all the different levels of a school board and stuff like that, and kind of just have everyone there at once and be like, okay, what are we going to do? To attend the U.S. Coast Guard Academy, I think that's a very big decision on anyone's behalf, to attend a military academy in general or college in general. When I was little, I did gymnastics at the competitive level for 8 years, and I loved how my life was structured, and I knew at this time I would do this, and at this time I would do that. And gymnastics is a sport that it's how much you put in is what you're going to get out. And I think from then I knew that in my life I wanted to always have something that was structured, because with all the adversity that I had going on at home, having to take care of a little brother, having to watch my mom, see if she was okay, I wanted to always make sure my dad was okay. It was something that I knew I could go to and be like, okay, this is my safe space. And I think going to the Coast Guard Academy is something that I only found out about like around my freshman year. And I've always thought about the military just because I knew it was structured. It was something that I was like, I want to go to college, but maybe I can't afford it. Maybe this is a good way for me to learn life skills at the same time. And when I found these academies, I fell in love. I knew, everyone who is there at those academies, they all have a passion. They're all driven. They all want to go out and do something bigger with themselves. They want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. and I knew the rigor of their academics, their athletics, and to be a part of something like that I think is great. And specifically for the Coast Guard, their humanitarian mission is what really stood out to me. That's a big question. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do in my career. I know I want to serve in the Coast Guard, possibly as my career, maybe retire in the Coast Guard. When I first get into the Coast Guard after I graduate with the class of 2026, I'd like to be out on a cutter, so I get to chase like drug runners and stuff like that, which I think is so cool. And then possibly go into the aviation side of the Coast Guard, maybe try piloting school, see where that takes me. But while I'm at the Coast Guard Academy, I'm going to major in government, and coming from my mom, so my mom's from the Philippines, they have 3 different sectors that you can go into while studying government, and one of them is international affairs. So I think it'd be really cool for me to like go out and see the world and stuff like that, and like help developing nations and stuff. So that's something that I also might want to do. For young people to become leaders in their community, I also think it helps not only create their character, but also the people around them. They become an inspiration for one another. And I know for me, when I go out to do something, or go out and help people, or from like a trash cleanup, or being part of something like our task force, it makes you feel as if you're making an impact. And I know especially when little kids go out and do something, they go, "Oh, Dad, I did it," or "Dad, I did it," or it shows that they know they did something bigger than themselves, and I think that's a really good trait to have.